Well, between Stan and Steve Blake, they have 11 wins to their credit here in Chapel Hill. Now, you think about 6 for Steve, 5 for Stan, and you think, man, 11 in the super stock class is quite a few. That's got to be the all-time leader, right? Actually, as the lane has 6 wins here in Chapel Hill to his credit, and he is tied for the all-time lead in Chapel Hill for wins with the Holman brothers. So, the Holman is at 4, and obviously the 409 side, that's the lane that is world renowned, right now in the season. For years here at the super stock, but Stephen Stan Blake has again gone in with 11 wins to his credit, and obviously, I think when I talked about this guy has two, but those are the 3 shoots to his credit over the years, going back to 1987, when we started the super stock pulling here, and Bill Burr was super stock class in 87.
What is going on, y'all? Hope y'all like those first couple of videos to get us started here on episode number 4 of Motorsports Almanac. Y'all can tell it looks completely different. We went back to what we know the best. Me and Wyatt, this is what we've been on before, and we know this like the back of our hands. So we feel a lot better. Riverside was great for other things, but just not what we needed as far as doing live shows. As usual, Wyatt's here with me. Jonathan's down there. Fellas, what's going on?
Another day in paradise.
What he said.
Yeah. Boy, we've had a busy last couple of weeks, haven't we? Been crazy.
Y'all.
Yeah. Wyatt, you and I actually had a chance to go to Bowling Green, Ohio, and we worked our rear ends off, but also had a lot of fun there too at the same time. Getting to see everybody again. A lot of pullers we don't get to pull with during the year coming down. Had a couple surprises. We've got plenty of videos from Bowling Green coming up, guys. Still, don't worry. What's up, Bradley? Too bad we didn't get to see each other in Murray last night, dude. That was we were halfway there and we turned around because we figured it was going to get canceled. But yeah, but Bowling Green, Ohio has happened. We had Scheid Diesel Extravaganza happen the last couple of days. We've crowned points champions in both PPL and NTPA, and we're kind of getting to the nitty gritty here. The pro stocks on the NTPA side have very few hooks left. I think they've got Canton and Sandwich left.
Yep.
And then they're done for the year. And then Super Farms are in Sandwich and they're done. And everybody's starting to wind down their points races already. We crowned a few at Bowling Green, like I said. But, man, where do you guys want to start? I mean, do we want to start with drag racing since we always start with pulling? Just go ahead and do something a little different.
Might as well.
All right, well, I think your department.
Yeah,
go for it.
You take it over, bud.
Well, we start on the biggest and baddest portion of it all, the NHRA. They had the Brainerd Nationals this past weekend, and almost picture-perfect conditions on Friday night qualifying. it's kind of like the tail of the tape the entire year when it comes to qualifying and running rounds. The NHRA, the more perfect conditions are, the less likely you're going to see a pass go down the track. It's happening in multiple speedways. I can think Pomona was one of them. And there's been a couple other ones. Topeka had crap weather, but they managed to get more down the track. And that can be accumulated in a couple of things. Not to ramble on here, but it's like they're putting so much power down in good conditions like they had in Brainerd, it's starting to wad up the tire. Or you're thinking the track is so good, it's so tight, and then you're breaking the tires loose. So it was a rough transition for a lot of teams. I learned that. I mean, the pro stocks got down good. The top alcohol dragsters went okay, but when you got up to nitro funny car and top fuel dragster, then that's where it started to see more problems. Let's see. To highlight the weekend, the winners in each division, we'll start with top alcohol dragster. Top alcohol dragster Matthew Cummings got his win. In final round, he got a 5:23 at 275 miles an hour.
Shoo!
Capture his Wally, which top alcohol, as some people know, it's a mixture class, nitro, and screw blown Hemis too. So blown nitro and a couple other mixes here and there. Going on to pro stock, Dallas Glenn picked up his win on the season in his final round time. He got 6:56 at 207 miles an hour. Finish off his day. Then in the pro categories, funny car, Ron Capps got his 75th career Wally up there in Brainerd, Minnesota.
That's awesome.
Final round, he went 388 at 332 miles an hour. The speed does not surprise me, as the funny cars usually get in that high 320 to low 330 range.
Oh, yeah.
The elapsed time was surprising for the day. They weren't running much quicker than low 390s, and he happened to get a 388 on that run, which that's a normal time and speed for a funny car, but in those conditions it was quite surprising. And then finally, the top fuel, Antron Brown. I don't remember if it's his second win on the year, if it's first win on the year. Haven't paid too close attention who's gotten wins this year, but 371 at 326 miles an hour in top fuel. So he got the win there. They're coming down to the countdown to the championship here. It's getting real close. There's a lot of racing to be done, but at the same time, there's not that many races left, and they're in the big part of the season where we're on the week of the biggest race in the world, and I think everybody knows what brings on Labor Day. And Mick's right there, precision built race cars, they do get it done. But drag racing fans know what this week means. For any drag racing fans, you know what week it is. It's Indy Week. It's the biggest drag race in the world. So this is the one that people throw everything they can at it, and you'll see the most cars in every category come out this weekend. So
yeah, really, really excited for that on Labor Day weekend. What did we have from Scheid? I saw that an engine decided to hit the eject button, but I think we also didn't we see a record get broken at Scheid too?
Was it a track record, or was it? It wasn't the diesel dragster record, was it?
I don't know. That's what I was asking. I saw it, but I couldn't remember what it was.
All I know is that it was a top dragster. It went 398 in the 8th mile there for it was like 187, 188 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. That's cruising. That's they're moving.
Yeah. I've been 160 once or twice, but that's I'm good.
That's also a long stretch. They're doing an 8th mile. But yeah, you are right. They did have a engine catastrophe where a half of a Cummins decided to split right along the cam line.
Nobody was hurt. No injuries, no anything like that either.
Thank goodness though. It didn't just like lift up and like cables take it. It ejected from the chassis. So
do they have to run the same 2 safety cables that we do?
That I couldn't tell you.
I'd be curious to know that.
I know they're supposed to have firewalls and a safety wall for the driver so it doesn't come back at them and crush the cab in. But I do not know what happens from the firewall forward.
Yeah.
But it was quite a hunk. If it splits right at the cam line, you can see all the sleeves sticking up, 10 feet left of the guardrail in the grass.
Yeah, that's never a good sign.
Right, and it wasn't just a early part of the run blow up. It was more or less 3/4 way down the track when it happened. So he was picking up some speed and building boost. So
yeah, that thing was still cruising up.
It was quite an incident. Let's just say that.
Yeah, speaking of incidents, or last night in Daytona, we all know I'm the NASCAR junkie here. Watch the Firecracker 400, I think they call it now. I don't know what they called, who was sponsoring it last night, but Ryan Preece in the 41 car for Stewart Haas Racing, he went for one heck of a ride. I was scrolling through TikTok earlier today and saw it compared to, it's going to be a silly comparison, but just because I've never seen another crash like it in my lifetime, kind of similar to the final scene in Cars where the King in the 43 flipped so many times.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that this morning. I was like, that's an irritable comparison there. Coke Zero 400. Yeah, that's
right.
it. That's it.
Coke
I don't know
Zero
if they
400.
renamed it since they moved it from what it normally was.
Yeah, you're kind of right though. It looked like it was in slow motion how high he was in the air and how long he was up there.
The amount of flips he did before coming off the ground, I mean, it just, I've never seen a crash like that. I think the closest crash I've had to that in my lifetime was probably Newman, but it wasn't anything like that.
No.
So I haven't seen any medical updates from him. They have been pretty quiet on it. I know he's been awake and alert because he's been on his social media. He said, if you're going to be a race car driver, you've got to be tough. So hopefully we'll see him back out pretty soon. And then I also read, I don't know how much truth there is behind it, but I read behind the rumor mill today that they could be selling 2 charters from Stewart Haas Racing. I don't know how true that is or not. I haven't seen anything on it. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's good to hear, Devin. I never got to see that this morning. I scrolled for it and I never found anything on it. But yeah, as far as that goes, it was a fun race last night too. It seemed like there was never a dull moment. They never all went single file last night and just rode around the track for laps at a time. They were all trying to, I think they were 3 wide majority of the time last night.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. That's the kind of racing I like to see on a regular basis.
The safety features,
crash out of it.
The safety features, and how things have advanced, it's supposed to more so help with everything like that, and not just in racing and everything.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, NASCAR already said that we're going to take that car back to wherever they go over the wreck cars and see what was stressed, what wasn't stressed, what worked, and what probably should have worked, but was kind of iffy if it worked or not.
There for a second when you could see flames on one side of the car, and I seen that in the video, and I thought, well, that's going to go farther than where it was, but it looked like it just died down as soon as it flamed up.
Yeah, there were some hard hits last night. Ryan Blaney got taken right into the outside wall, and I saw him kind of do that number, hit head on into that safer barrier. It took him a minute to get out of the car. It probably knocked the breath out of him going that fast around there. But speaking of some of these NASCAR drivers, the SRX series wrapped up their season. Not too terribly. I think it was Bowling Green weekend, wasn't it, Wyatt? Thursday night at Bowling Green. They wrapped it up at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Yep.
And I think Ryan Newman actually was your overall champion for the season this year. So that was really cool to see.
I think you're right there. Ryan Newman win that.
Yeah, and they've already announced they're going to have dates next year. I think they're just doing 6 races again next year, if I saw that right.
I think that association is going to pick up popularity quite quick. It's such a mix of drivers compared to the normal you see on the F1. For example, F1 NASCAR truck or even truck series. You're crossing over. I mean, NHRA guys coming over, guys that have been in the dirt track world too.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see quite the mix here coming next couple of years.
Yeah, and what is our favorite word whenever it comes to tractor pulling? Crossover. It's there. JP, what you been doing motorsports wise, or have you just kind of been taking a break?
I've been floating. Well, we were actually, at the beach last week. I guess it was last week.
You were at the beach, but you were still on call because whenever we needed you, we got a hold of you.
It was Bowling Green weekend, and laying on the beach watching the pools. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, Bowling Green was so much fun though. Friday night, I took the camera down on the south side because I knew that was the side pro stocks were going to run on and the mods, and I think I posted like 80 something photos from Bowling Green, and go make sure y'all go look at those and share them around if you can. Tag the drivers because I know I missed a few whenever I was doing it. So be that as it may, Wyatt, do you have the Grand National Points champions that were crowned there in front of you, or am I going to have to wing it and look it up? Well, I know who won light mod off the top of my head.
Yeah, only 3 of the 12 or 13 divisions were crowned. In the semi division, you had Ryan DeBrew ended up winning that title, which he's been chasing titles PPL and CPA side for a couple of years now. And good to see him finally get what he's been trying to get for a while. The new light mod division, what was that?
Have you guys been on the NTPA website today?
Yes, the NTPA website is finally in its updating stage.
Yeah, it looks really freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They've been starting to do stuff like that for a while because they started with the point standings. It looked a little different than Then it went to the live or the lineups and then the live result setup. And then they've been continuing to update it, and I think it's in its final stages now.
It's looking good.
Yeah, this website looks amazing. I wonder who did it. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Eric Stacy smoking you.
That's not done yet. That championship's not done yet.
No, it's not.
Where they gotta go still?
They have one hook at Thursday night in Sandwich, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they pulled the Grand National trucks in there for Thursday this year?
So they've done that in years past. They did it last year too. So Thursday night will wrap up their season. That'll be Superstock Diesel trucks on the Grand National side. Then it'll be Region 3 2-wheel drives, 4-wheel drives, and then they'll also bring in a class of 3.6 diesel trucks.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough.
So they had that last year too.
Okay, yeah. We'll say first thing I'm looking at here, I kind of like the old schedule setup better.
Look, the results.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah. And then going on, the light modified also wrapped up the newer division, I'd say, or revamped division in NCPA. Les Corporal Punishment won that. I believe he ended up winning the ring too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
That thing is so happy whenever it has 2 engines on it compared to 3.
2 engines. Yeah. When I ran regional mod last year, I was happy with 2, and this year it runs good with 3 engines on. Don't get me wrong. But them 2 engine setups it's won quite a bit.
Yeah, he won it with 3 points to spare over the Snow Farmer. Then Simon Says was 3rd, and Feisty Farmer 4th, and Super Beat was 5th.
Mm-hmm.
As far as those points go. The Kentuckian ran light mod in Bowling Green. I was kind of surprised to see that.
Yep. Kentuckian did run light modified in Bowling Green. There was quite a few surprises, I will say that, in the light modified division up there. Joe Stocks also ran light modified with Wild Child.
Then did he still have the 3rd motor mounted on the front, like where the mount's there and everything?
The mount would have been there, but they only had 2 engines on. They stuck the 3rd engine on, I believe, don't quote me, over onto Lisa's tractor, and that's why she ran 4 engines in the regular modified class.
Oh, you paying attention to detail, you. I didn't even see that.
Yep. And then the final division that wrapped up that actually didn't have a hook to wrap up their season was the unlimited modified class. And go figure, Mr. Crazy Wildman himself, Adam Bauer, had won the title with cross-threaded.
Sure did.
Mm-hmm.
Are semis done, or do they
semis
have
done?
Semis are done.
Yep, they're done.
Yep. Ryan DeBro playing with fire took that one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Lonnie Saylor, Chris Schroeder, I'm gonna say.
yep, Chris Schroeder.
And
Schroeder.
then Brian Ellithorpe, and then Craig Braun with the Executioner.
Yep. This next week they'll wrap up a couple more points series. Light super stocks will wrap up. Full drives wrap up in Wasion. Two-wheel drives in Wasion also. And then I believe mini rods will wrap up too.
Hang on, let me tell you. What is next weekend?
Because they don't go to Sandwich, they go to. It's not. I can't remember if it's Canton or Wasion or where it's at.
It's not Wellington next weekend. Come
Well,
on, Shane.
Wellington was supposed to have been yesterday.
Yeah, we've got minis and Wasion, four-wheel drives. And then the rest of them are all regional classes. You got 4-1s, 2-wheelers, modifieds, and hot farms all on the Region 2 side of them.
Yep. So it's coming down to the wire. And then the other classes like super stock diesel trucks, mods.
Super farm.
Yeah, they'll be in Sandwich. So
mods rep up too, don't they?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Did y'all say Superstock Open, the champion of it?
Yeah, that's right. That was the other one.
Rutten Deer.
With Rutten Deer 2 on the championship.
Really?
Superstock Open. Yep, he survived with a 2-point win right in front of, was it Cody or was it Josh?
I just clicked off of it.
1 second.
Hang on.
It was one of the cheese extractors.
Well, I had it open, but
I've got it.
It was Cody. 2 points over Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Man, Cody Cheezick, that kid came on strong towards the end of the year, didn't he? Good grief.
I think he started off strong at the beginning of the year. I don't think he lost stride of it. I think the only place where it hurt him was Toma when it took the transmission on Thursday night, and then it took a head gasket Saturday afternoon.
Man, that kid's done good for his rookie year. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
Super, super happy for him. And he took home the ring in the Superstock Open class.
Now, is he I wonder if he's the youngest to ever win a ring. I don't want to. I was curious to know. I never got to ask Dan Mayer, Miles, or any of them that question. If
any of our historians are watching, can someone let us know? Because I have a feeling I know who would be a close second.
Who would that be?
I think Lustig.
At 8, can he be 8?
Even the youngest at everything else. Why not throw the Bowling Green ring in there?
Well,
the question is, did he win it when they were before they started doing rings?
Well, they've been doing rings for a long time.
Yeah. Ryan Falks, what's up, dude? He's done real good. Ended season with the big BG ring at 17. 17. God, is he that young?
I think he's 18.
I was gonna say, yeah, but Mr. Falks, I think I'll be getting to see y'all here in about a month or so for the Temple Hill Fall Brawl Poll.
Yep. I think we should continue with the Bowling Green portion of it. I mean, it is the largest poll in the world. Go figure.
Coaltown, USA.
USA. Absolutely packed. Yeah. Justin Van Valkenburg says in 96 they started giving out rings.
Okay.
So that's not terribly that's not really that long, to be honest.
Well, that's good on
27 years.
There's Gerbaugh. There he is. The youngest to ever win at BG was Brett Berg. How old?
Now, does that mean a session win or a ring win? Because there has been 16-year-old, there has been 16, 17-year-olds that have won a session.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
I guess we'll see.
But anyway, while they're figuring that out, we need to keep.
Yeah,
man, we were not short on numbers in any class. I can tell you that right now.
Oh God, no! Especially with 62-wheel drives.
Had 60 of those. I think we had 40. We started out with 47 pros. I think we ended out with 40.
Yep.
I don't think we'll be next one 2 weeks. Come down. We can always put you on the. Yeah. That's an interesting offer there. I'll have to I'll talk to you about that after the show.
Yep. So continuing Thursday, we'll start with Thursday night. Everybody knows that we had weather come in Thursday night before the show. They delayed it an hour, and for 160-ish hooks that they had that night,
We were moving all night long.
They were moving. They got that show done in great time. It was a great light super stock track. Light mods had a little bit of trouble, and then unlimiteds were you had to be early hooked to have any success. Tool drives ended up having a track get better towards the end of it, and Donnie Sullivan just stuck it out there.
Yeah, that class was a lot of fun to watch because I think it came down to 2 Kentuckians, didn't it? Because didn't Skinner?
Roadkill was the other one to pull off. They just made it out at 350, and then Donnie put it at 368.
Donnie ran that truck 3 times in one night.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah, he was first hook, came back, and at the end of the class, and took it out again,
and then right the pull off, and then
turned right around, ran the pull off, and still won. He deserved it at that point.
Yeah, that was quite a show.
It's a lot of work.
I was talking to Donnie up there at Bowling Green. He said, "Man, that was a long night." He said, "But it was so worth it watching every one of them go down the track."
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome.
For sure.
Let's see what else ran. Light Super Stocks ran on Thursday night too, didn't they?
Yeah, Terry Blackburn ended up taking the session that night.
We had a guest driver on one of the tractors too. Terry Blackburn drove Martin Daniels' tractor over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
First hook of the night, let's just roll out Terry Blackburn on a different tractor. That was really cool.
Everyone kind of looked at the lineup and said, "Huh, I know he built the tractor, but I wasn't quite sure he's going to drive it."
Yeah, I know. I was really, really excited to see that because those tractors live down here by me.
Those 2 tractors had a long week.
Oh yeah.
From Hillsboro to Bowling Green, I do believe.
Yeah, you might as well just go from one to the other.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah. Well, at least it wasn't like their kind of long week when it was, Evansville, Freeport, Goshen.
No thanks.
Yeah. But anyway, we moved to Friday afternoon. I think Friday afternoon is one of the more exciting days.
Did that happen Friday afternoon, or is that a Saturday afternoon thing?
Well, either or. Diesel super stocks in an afternoon session are always kind of like a surprise to anybody.
Yeah. That class was really good. I rushed up there just in time to see my brother run in the Super Stock Diesels on Friday afternoon. After that, I didn't see anything. I was trying to get my tractor around to the scales.
There was a lot of people worried that they weren't going to live through that afternoon, that the track was going to be way too dry because it was quite breezy that day. And
yeah, it was.
Thinking the track was going to go away and they're going to start to blow stuff up. But there, out of 15 they had that afternoon, 13 came back for Saturday night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did. I think we only lost 2
of them, Raymond, and then
we lost 2 deers, Tabby.
Oh, that's right, 3 then total because we lost Raymond, we lost Tabitha, and then we lost Colin Ross.
Oh yeah, we did lose Ross, didn't we?
So that'd be 12.
Did we ever hear what happened to him?
All I know is that they found something they didn't like. So
has he got the points so far? Is he in first?
No.
Kent is running.
Kent, yeah, because he just bumped the sled last hook.
I think he had something mess up on the sled though. From what I heard him get on it, then I heard him get off of it. I don't know what it was.
Who, Kent or Colin?
Yeah.
No,
at least that's what I thought I heard.
From what they said, he had every intentions to just bump the sled and not put another pass on the motor.
He was going to get first place points anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So why,
Belfast doesn't have a Grand National license, does he?
Don't believe so. But the story behind that, because I was at the starting line when it happened, Kent had already had the ring wrapped up.
Yep.
Had a really good points lead. The engine was warm because he was the last one in the class to run, and then he goes out the gate, and he's come all the way back around. John Belfance and the Belfance family have never had a Grand National win. They've gotten second.
It's gotten so close.
Yeah. And I don't think Kent would have had. I'm not saying it wouldn't have the power, but with being the engine really hot, I wouldn't have wanted to risk anything breaking, and especially if you have that big of a points lead.
Mhm.
I would have almost done the same decision. And John walks up to the head official up there. He's like, "You gonna bump it too, like Kennedy?" He goes, "No, I'm gonna go about 350." The official question goes, 50 feet? He goes, "No, 350." He goes, "Are you nuts?" He goes, "Nope.
Yep.
That's what I have a diesel super stock for. I'm gonna run it."
Had his arm out for like 3/4 of the pass and everything.
Yeah,
He got her to light. He stuck it down. And he just put his fist in the air, and away he went.
Yeah. We that was really cool to see. I mean, Wyatt, you and I talked to Jacob pretty often with the Bell Fans team. I mean, they first I had never heard of them until they started coming run down here at Chapel Hill, and then they started making their presence known down here pretty well. And then they've kind of just gradually, as the years have gone on, they've ran more Grand National hooks, and it's really good to see it pay off for them. I mean, they've always been stout up in New York.
I was about to say, isn't it New York that they're from?
Yeah. They just swept Greenwich, New York yesterday.
Sure did. With authority, too.
With authority, yes.
It's awesome.
But yeah, I think
kudos to those guys. They've worked their butts off for that one, and they deserve that.
Like you said, they started going to Chapel Hill, and then once Chainbreaker was built, I think that's when they got real serious. And they're like, let's go with the big stuff, and they've done very, very well, and it was good to see them get a win. But
it really was.
I think the other thing I forgot to mention on Friday afternoon was the big photo session they got at the mini rod.
Was that Friday afternoon?
Yes, it was, because the mini rods also ran Saturday night.
You're right.
And if anybody doesn't know, or you probably do know what I mean, Ty Miller and the Unfinished Business mini rod took kind of like the Mary Kell approach to running that afternoon, and unfortunately,
I think that one was a notch worse because he didn't come back on all fours. He stayed upside down.
Yeah.
That's just I was sitting there talking to Dylan Baybell, and we were over there on the north side watching, and all of a sudden you just hear the RPMs hit, and then all of a sudden we hear people go, "Whoa!" And we looked over, it was like, "Oh, that's not good."
No, it was unfortunate, the entire situation. I did get to go up close to the chassis the next afternoon, Saturday afternoon, and look it over, and all the safety equipment did its job. Ty was safe. He was released from the hospital, and he was washing the pole later that night, which is great to see. Then he was helping people in the mini rod class the next night, Saturday night. So
yeah, it was really crazy that afternoon because whenever we were in line for the scales, we were short on people, so I didn't have anybody to stay with my tractor so I could go watch my brother. I actually asked them to watch my tractor while I was going, make sure nothing crazy happened to it. Not that it would, but just erring on the side of caution.
Yep.
But I was like, oh no, that's horrible.
Yeah. The mini rod class had a lot of carnage that weekend, and it continued Saturday night with Andy Corporal. I mean, he almost had the same exact thing happen.
Have you heard anything about how he's doing or anything?
He was released from the hospital, I believe, the next day, and he's home fine. They said he was sore, but the only damage they really found was some internal. They had a little bit of internal damage with it starting to run away. Then the fender was bent up, and then the front end. But I think he should be there at the end of the season, but we'll see if he believes on getting back in it. So
yeah.
Well, he did actually make a post on a TikTok, so I guess he's looking at it positively because he kind of put it off as a little bit of a joke.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think Gerbaugh, you're right there. The Hans Boxer Jr. made 2 very spectacular passes.
I have got a really cool video because on Saturday night he was first hook, and those campers were feeling themselves, and they did not care how far anybody went. They were hooping and hollering, and I was able to talk to the group next to me whenever I was filming that. I said, if he goes down through here crazy, I said, I want y'all to go crazy. So I've got a really good crowd reaction in there. We've only scratched the surface on the Bowling Green videos.
There's a lot there yet.
So we're on Saturday night now, right?
Well, let's talk about Saturday afternoon. And
okay.
Everybody knows about the Bad Gear wheel coming in as a $10,000 bonus on Saturday night this past 3 years. And, well, then my neighbors to the west here decide they might as well throw another wheel on there for the afternoon session. The Simon family, Simon's truck, threw another $10,000 wheel for the afternoon classes. Well, it happened to land on Super Farm. And oh boy, was that a session.
You're going to get me mad at myself
watching, for
again.
sure.
Dadgummit.
What was that, JP?
I said it was worth watching, that's for sure.
Oh Lord. And I don't want to keep rewatching the video of ours because it's just going to give me nightmares every time. But
Well, you know, between the both of you, one let loose and one decided to take the win with
I
him.
just decided to be a dumb driver that day. Don't worry.
yeah. I will say this. I am very surprised that those welds held up for 31 years.
That's very impressive, I will say.
I am surprised in itself.
That needs you need to add that into the business slogan somewhere.
I don't know. Durability. That's all I'm going to say.
Hey man, Friday afternoon, you and I were about yay close to each other. That was payback for Brandenburg.
Hey, we broke and rolled to that distance.
Not on Friday, you didn't.
I mean,
Saturday you did. Hey, at least Shane didn't. Sturgeon's got jokes over here. Sturgeon's got jokes.
yeah.
He was just speaking what we were all thinking.
Sturgeon, I've got to work with you at the end of next month. Keep that in mind.
But congratulations to Matt Casey on the win.
Yeah, I will say at that session there, everybody was bouncing, and Ryan Anderson probably the most worst bouncing of them all. And then Matt laid down almost near picture perfect pass to get it. So congratulations to them. They've been working really hard, and especially having two tractors that are nothing alike.
That's something.
It's something. I'll tell you that. So
while we're on Super Farm, I was looking. Obviously, Dan is in third, and the hometown man Russ Freeze is in first. And I believe all he has to do is really show up to Sandwich. I think he has I think it was 12 points on Ryan.
it's substantial.
Yeah, I mean, so
So
I would dare say, because from what I've heard, they do in fact plan on going. Obviously, I
well,
wouldn't
yes,
see why not.
they will go to Sandwich, and if nothing goes wrong,
They'll be coming home with some jewelry.
they will be coming home with some hardware. And
Yep.
And if anybody wants to go back and look at the past 12 years, the Super Farm class, what has the color been that's won that title?
Red.
Red every single year until, what was it, Russell Counts back in 2010?
It's got to be.
So it'll be a change, and they've had one heck of a season starting in Louisville,
Yeah.
and then they did real well at Spring Nationals. Then they went to Louisiana and swept Louisiana.
They've been putting that tractor to work.
It ain't like they've been just sitting at home between hooks. I can tell you that right now. They're still kicking my rear end wherever they show up to.
Yeah. Anyway, we can go to Saturday night, and the $10,000 Saturday night.
3 years in a row. I
Went-
cried BS on that. We need to take the magnet out of the mini rod class on that one.
Went to the mini rods, and this year it wasn't a Bobcat that won it. It was Brian McDonald.
It was. It really, that was awesome. I was really happy to see that. I didn't know how long that pass was going to hold up.
That track was a little tricky that night. I will dare say it was a little bit tricky.
It was doing its Bowling Green thing, throwing everybody for a loop.
Yeah. No, it was what I expected Bowling Green to do. So
yeah, that was awesome though. And then Wyatt, did you actually have a chance to talk to them from the Netherlands over there, the No Mercy guys with the sled and everything?
I did a little bit.
They too.
They were just like the other European teams are there, like the Green Fire and the Bobcat team.
Green Monster was over here.
They were there to spectate, also visit their American family and cheer on the people from the Netherlands that were competing at Bowling Green.
Yeah.
But
they had another reason they told me about for being there. They were talking to Mr. Bauer about bringing another one of his sleds over there because there's apparently one that's fairly old and really, really heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's kind of a time thing at this point. So
Yeah.
they were here talking to him about that too.
Time and technology, it's ever expanding.
And I mean, we had a great conversation with them about as far as the rules of what they do versus what we do, and the main point I brought up to them was what we have to do to get the engine combinations that they have on the track here. And he told me what they do, and I mean, their rules are just so specific and what each one of them can do. I think he told me that each turbine's allowed to turn. Let's say it told out for 4 of them to be 8,000. I can't remember what that would be in my head, but that was a lot. That was really, really cool. And then some unfortunate news from the European side: Green Monster Stage 4,
The Unlimited.
Yeah, that frame is toast. They broke that frame at a hook. So
And the engine, they windowed an engine. So
Yep. So that one's finished for the year, unfortunately.
Yep. So that was unfortunate to see, but that's the sport of Poland.
It is. It is.
I think we've covered enough of Bowling Green. I understand you can talk about it for days on days on days, but I think we should talk about the other side of polling that wrapped up.
No. We missed out on something from Bowling Green.
We did?
Yeah, we did.
Speak.
Shelton's Pro Stock debut.
Oh, yeah.
How are you gonna forget that, man?
No.
Yeah, I know.
I literally called JP
I got
on
calls
Saturday
tonight.
night. I said, I don't care what you're doing, get by your phone because we're fixing to send you a video if it runs.
They rolled in, we put them together, and threw it out there for the world to
It
see.
did. And it did really well, too, on the video.
It did. That is, we all know I'm a green guy, but it's a sharp tractor.
The way it sounded whenever it fired up, though, me and Wyatt both kind of looked at each other like, oh, dear.
Another chaos tractor.
Mm-hmm. And it runs.
And we've all recognized the chassis.
Hey, it reared its ugly head on Friday, but they fixed it for Saturday. And then, obviously, this.
I think Friday was more or less they didn't get time to get it on the dyno and they didn't know what it was going to do.
Nope.
Yeah.
I think they knew that going in there. They're kind of like going in a little blind. They know the setup that Rhett Parrish has got in El Nino. I mean, it's similar, but the drive pump setup obviously is completely different.
Yeah.
They're in the learning process, and oh boy, did Saturday it show that it was going to run.
And it did run.
Kudos to Shelton's too on the driving part of it. I mean, to go from not running anything diesel at all, as far as the tractor pulling side of things go, to doing that, getting the top 15.
To go from minis and modifieds and two-wheel drives straight into a pro stock. You're going from one extreme to the complete other.
Yeah,
they were in 2 locations at once too.
Yeah, because they had the pro
mod
racing out somewhere else.
2 pro mods in Brainerd, not one, not 2.
That's not the from what I've been told that they're not stopping with just 2 either.
I mean, it's a race. Once you get more than one, that teams build.
So. They were having to do some work there too, if I'm not mistaken. Were they not?
What was that?
Did they have one tore down?
Yeah.
I think they're doing mostly maintenance on that one. They most time in between runs will tear them down all the way through the heads.
Okay.
And go back up. But that's what I was seeing from them in the pits. But yeah, and Grayson did real well, wheeling that thing for the first time, and he was tickled pink coming off the track. You could hear him at the very end of the track when he pulled the throttle back. He was screaming and hollering. So, and it didn't just stop there. They did really good at Scheid with it.
Yeah, they had to call
go ahead and mention Scheids while we're here talking about it.
Hey man, we got a lot of stuff to get through.
Well,
all right?
well, we're on the Shelton's Pro Stock, so you might as well go ahead and
yes,
tell everybody.
Hey,
Colin did take the win with it.
Yeah, I called in a pinch runner. I think they went with the pro mod this weekend, didn't they? Or no, they just straight up had family stuff going on this weekend, I think.
They had other stuff. They had other obligations going on.
But man, did it run! And Colin Ross is an awesome driver, jumping on a pro from a diesel super like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, everyone was curious on how that new setup was going to work, and oh boy, does it work!
That thing. Here's the other thing too. It lived fairly well because he ran it 3 times this weekend, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well,
because he was test took Friday, came back last and it was still warm on Friday night and got fourth and then turned around and won it last night.
Yep.
That thing had to have hit the dyno after Bowling Green, though.
I think it did.
I think they said it did.
I believe I seen a post, and I believe it did.
Yeah.
For some, they were checking everything over, so it went back up to chaos throughout the week, I do believe.
Yep.
It did.
And then let's see, River Rat won the points there.
Yeah.
To cap off the year.
Didn't they go 1 and 2?
I think they ended up going 1-2.
I'm not. Check the website. I can't remember if they went 1 and 2 or if it was 1 and 3 because I know Rhett Parrish is in second in the points.
Yeah, Rhett was in second.
It wouldn't surprise me though because of the bad luck he had if he slipped down to third though.
Yeah, he did not have the greatest weekend.
After that little hoppy sent us that he took on Friday, I was like, if I were you, I think I would have backed out of that too at that point.
So
yeah,
they went 1 and 2. So the River Rat won the points title with 485 points. Tinker Toy was 463, and then El Nino was 461.
This just must
barely missed it.
No. Mine's showing that Rhett went second.
Well, look at the points total.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yep.
But what a year for the Mastersons with,
No kidding, man. I mean, they hit old places that they haven't gone in who knows how long.
It's been I think it's been a different year for them with everything that's been going on.
Yeah. They've pulled more this year than they've pulled in years.
Well, they started it off with a win in Louisville, at the least.
Twice.
Yeah, twice.
One in Louisville. They won the truck show also.
Yep.
Then they went to Nashville and won a session there.
Wait, I thought Brent Meyer with Injected Funds won Farm Show this year.
Not in the finals.
Not in the finals,
He
no.
didn't win the finals?
No, River Rat was first hook, and he held it.
Because he
no. Yeah, I remember that now.
If you do remember, we were all sitting there.
Yeah, my brother's BS just picks the two numbers that happen to be Masterson tractors.
Yep. Let's see. He won in Nashville the first weekend in June. Then they went to Toma and won the only session that Pro Stocks ran there. After that, they won a session in, it wasn't Jerseyville because Rhett won Jerseyville. They won the next night, didn't they?
Yeah.
Where was that at? I can't. Hold on, I got it right here. Henry.
Wait.
That's what it was. Henry. They went to Henry and won Henry. After that, they went to Chapel Hill, won there with Tinker Toy. Then they went to Goshen, won with Tinker Toy there. They went to Evansville and won with the River Rat. Then they went to Hillsboro and won with Tinker Toy the second night and won the Buckle. They did really good in Bowling Green, and they won with they won the points with the River Rat this past weekend.
What a year! What a year!
I think Ryan Rusing said it right, and he said there's something higher in power right now that's going on with that camp that I think we all can agree on that one. I mean, I understand they had the problem with Tinker Toy in Evansville.
First time I've ever seen that tractor do that, by the way, ever.
And there's a first for everything, but I think this season was a special season. I don't think they're done yet. I think they might go somewhere else yet.
I think they will too. I really hope they show up down here with me next weekend in Springfield, Tennessee.
Which could be possible. Either there, Canton, Ohio, which Schmucker's hometown hook is also this weekend.
I don't know which one's closer, but they've come. I mean, down here in Southern Territory, this is where they used to make their living down here on the pull and stuff, was down here with us. So it wouldn't surprise me one bit if I get them next weekend. And I hope I do. But yeah, so speaking of Springfield, I'm going to go ahead and do my shameless little plug now for where I'll be next weekend. Mid-South Pullers has gained Springfield back. The Springfield group decided to go with the Mid-South show. So Mid-South is literally bringing every class that they offer. So we're bringing the house. And then it was announced earlier this week, and we posted about it, that they've added pro stocks. And I would love to see a bunch of you guys there. Hackstadt, Shorefighty 618 crew. I talked to you guys this week about coming. You guys can bring all 3 of them. Brent, I know you're busy, but y'all could bring all 3 of them down here if you really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, light limiteds, pro stock 4-wheel drive. I'm pretty sure you got diesel trucks, super farm, light super, light limited super.
A lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of them.
I was just trying to see if I could actually get them all off the top of my head without missing one.
Yep. I think we should start addressing some comments here. Go up a little bit. I can't.
How high?
It says there's a question that says, "Will Farley stay with NTPA for 2024 or go back to PPL?"
Well, that's in your back door.
You
You
didn't
can
know.
answer that.
Yeah, put it on the screen. That makes life a whole lot easier.
It's in my
Are
back door.
they?
It's in my back door, but I don't know.
I'm willing to bet more than likely it's going to stay in TPA.
I think, well, if they hold on, if Brett Meyer or Simons win the championship, I think it will. But never say never. I think with PPL having the amount of hooks they had this year, I don't know if they want to take on any more. And they had a good showing at Farley this year with the NTPA show. So I would lean more and say yes, it is going to be an NTPA show for next year. But no one knows until the contract is signed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the mini. I need to clarify that now. The mini rods that are going to be at Springfield are the Mid-South ones. I do need to clarify that.
Mm-hmm.
The naturally aspirated Econos.
Is that all of them?
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of them around. It's crazy.
I'm talking about comments.
Daniel said something about guessing more pro stocks that are coming out of Chaos.
Oh yeah, that one.
You're right. Yeah, there is a pro stock in the works, and you'll recognize the name when it comes out. You'll know exactly who it is.
So are we transitioning into that side of everything now? Because I've got one that will drop everybody on their head.
Can you say or should you not?
I can tease it without giving
Well,
it away.
A, can you confirm it's true? And B, are you allowed to say it?
Letter A, the source that I came from, absolutely, it's true because he's in charge of it to a degree.
Okay.
Letter B, you guys are going to really like it, and it's going to be in Ohio.
You still didn't address why it's B. You just said B and then a totally different thing.
Nah, that was just my B. What was your B?
Should you say it, or do we have permission to?
Yeah.
Drop the tease of it. I didn't say who it was. Didn't say what was coming.
Western or Eastern Ohio?
Eastern.
Well,
Brand new facility. That's
Yep.
all I'm going to say about it because I'm excited for it, and I think they're going to come on our show to reveal it. I hope.
that'll be a first. So
Yeah, I've got the contact information to make it happen. So
There we go.
we'll
that'll be
see.
cool. On other news, I'll say on the pro stock class for other news, the Kloss made its return this weekend in the Badger State area.
Sweet.
I was in Highland, Wisconsin last night, and so was my brother and my family to just take a weekend off of competing and working on with others. Went up there and just kind of relaxed and watched some good pulling action. And we had a Kloss return for the first time since the Polish Championship. We had the Fent was there, and we had the yellow John Deere of Jason Rowan was.
Rowan showed up.
Well, Vorwalds took it up there because Jason was racing.
Of course
So-
he was.
Andrew Vorwald took it and first pass on a new set of Metos tires and a new tune-up and a little finicky here and there, and they ended up fourth place.
Sweet.
Can't complain with that.
Nope.
Did they by chance all line up in a row before they started the class?
Unfortunately, no,
Dang it. I was wanting that
because
picture.
they're all coming at different times. So
Yeah.
Dang it. I was hoping they were all going to line up in a picture. That would have been a fun picture to get.
that's one picture.
You forgot to mention the different colors that Bowling Green's seen in the Pro Stock class as well.
Oh, yeah. I've got a picture highlighting that, actually. Hang on. I'll go get it. Y'all fill for time while I'm looking like I know what I'm doing.
Well, that Pro Stock class is definitely one to one to remember for this year, I do believe, with
Yep.
Sheltons and all the different colors. You had Challenger, Minneapolis Moline, the Fent.
Come on, I know you're in here. Where you at?
We had what? There was red, green, orange. You had
Yellow.
case white, and you had case black.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm pulling up now.
Then you had a Fent black. Then you had Minneapolis Moline. Then you had
Challenger.
Then you had. We didn't have a Kloss.
No.
I was really hoping we'd have a clause for that.
There was
Massey Ferguson. We had a Massey Ferguson.
Yeah. There was a comment on the Minneapolis Moline video on TikTok, and it was somebody saying, "Please don't tell me it's a John Deere block."
It is.
Sorry, we won't tell you. We'll just open the hood and show you.
We'll let you just decide.
I did. Why is it not letting me? You've just got to be difficult.
So,
well, I can't show that picture on here. Apparently, that sucks.
Just go post on the page and tell them to go look at it.
It's on the page. It's within those 80 photos I had posted. It's literally a red, an orange, and a green all stacked up behind each other.
Oh, that one. That was the first
that was a really fun picture.
Pictures did it justice.
Hang on, man. I just got a text. Oh, this is another one that forgot to tell you all about. It's a Northern Indiana hook that's coming soon. And from what I've heard, it's an NTPA hook. And it's going to be Grand National.
Sweet.
I will get the source anonymous on that one, too. I forgot about that one. I've been kind of busy on the rumor side of things. Can you tell?
Yeah. We'll circle back, let's say, to a rumor we had, the last episode about a 4-1, I should say.
Yeah.
Well, it's a 4-1 from my area. Come out of Cedar Rapids.
Yeah.
We're very careful on that one.
Yep. Darren Ratterman and the Ratterman family had purchased the Deer Hunter tractor, Kyle Beatenbender.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 1066 4-1. Comes out of the Healy stable, Ambush Power. And they purchased it to have 2 red 4-1s on the ITPA circuit. Because
the Deer Hunter is red.
It's a 1066.
Oh. I found that really funny considering they form with green.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. I've seen it.
Other people.
You sure about that?
Anyway. Yes, so Rattermans have been pulling it with the ITPA to start out, and they'll, campaign it wherever they please. But, yeah, they had purchased it right after, I believe, Rockwell weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was in that stretch where you were going absolutely bonkers with going to pulls.
Yep. And then I asked Kyle if he had sold it, and he said it was sold to the Ratterman family. So they have a second red one in the stable, and I don't believe the green one will be there very long. So
there was another one that we had talked about and heard about. That comment. There was one that we were surprised had changed hands. I can't think of it right now.
Was it Rowan's prostock?
Maybe.
I mean, I think we mentioned it, but I don't think we were really surprised by it.
No.
Where'd it go?
Rowan's?
Yeah.
It was going to a Badger State hot farm puller.
That's it. Yep.
It has yet to run yet with the new owner. So yeah. I'll let it debut itself when it runs either at Prostock's run at Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Monroe. So.
Okay, I am still not having any luck with. Oh no, here it goes. Or not. Never mind.
Yeah, worth a shot.
Stupid thing. I'll figure out how to get that fixed for next time. I can promise you that.
Operator error.
Oh yeah, we had spontaneous combustion and Finn out there at Bowling Green with us. Spontaneous combustion got third on Saturday night. That was a weekend. About that.
He held the lead for a long time,
didn't he? Though.
Mm-hmm.
And then another yellow tractor went in front of him.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But I think another thing we forgot to say was Josh Miley ended up winning his 4th title in a row.
Did he wrap that up, or are they just flat out done?
They're done.
I thought they had a one-nighter in Pennsylvania.
That's no, they're in Canfield this next week when Superstock opens, and then let's see what else is there here.
Well, me and Shane didn't even have to leave our neck of the woods to see high maintenance pull this year.
Sure didn't. We got to see him at Lawrenceburg.
Yeah,
that was before we had this grand idea. That would have been a lot of fun to have gotten.
Semis have one hook left. Unlimited Supers have Canfield left. Canfield for mini rods and modified.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe there's one more.
Oh, yeah. We're fixing to have a new light super stock. Hey, Shore Fighty. What's going on, buddy? How's it coming for 618 coming to Springfield next weekend?
I bet he's going to say no.
Yeah, no, probably not. He already told me he had some family stuff going on, but I didn't know where that left Brett.
They should bring the prostock to Sandwich.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're fixing to have a new light super come out down here. It's the old Beauty and the Beast chassis. But I think he's going to stick with the name Tennessee Traveler. It's getting really close to being done. John Paul Cross. Going to have a component rear end in it and everything. It's going to be really fun. Their old chassis, they made their old chassis run well with the stuff they had on to be a cast rear end.
Right.
But
what else? Wasn't there another light super that debuted in the Outlaws? Wasn't it a D21?
I don't know that one.
I had seen like partial like clips of it, but I haven't seen a full run, so I don't know.
I thought Outlaws was your thing, man.
I have not seen much from them, so it's not my neck of the woods, there, sir.
Not mine either.
And
And don't you say what I know you're thinking.
other than that, I know Outlaws had Wisner and Goodwin put down a 400 some odd foot pass.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Wisner. Yeah, that was awesome. There was something I was going to ask you two about, and Jonathan, I doubt you know, but you might. Where in the world is Terry and them at with High Strung?
Waiting on parts. They have posted on their polling page on Facebook multiple times. They're hoping to be back out next season.
I was about to say, apparently parts is still kind of hard to come by.
Yeah.
You know, depending on
Because I saw
where
Wisner was coming up, and I figured they'd make their return there, but then they ended up not.
Yeah, parts has been a hard thing for some places. There is a couple like 4-1s and even super farms in Wisconsin that have not been out all year.
Yeah, there's a 4-1 down here that has yet to be out. That blew up last year. Shane got to see that one trackside.
Oh yeah, like that was like, hello, how are you?
He's still waiting on
Are
parts.
we sure he's waiting on parts, or is he being sneaky and building a 5.0?
I highly doubt it.
He's one of those I could see doing it though.
No, I think he's going to stick where he's at. He said parts are just, few and far between, and getting everything done and put back together is just a process.
Yeah.
And then putting a 5.0 on an engine setup is kind of difficult. Yes,
I think he'll stick to 4-1.
Brent is 100% right. Blocks and cranks are dang near impossible.
Yeah, boy. You got that right. Let's see. I'm just trying to make sure in my mind I don't have anything left.
Well, we know.
Event.
All I'm going to say is there's these past 2 weeks, Bowling Green and then Scheid and where I was last night, there has been a whole lot of carnage.
Yeah.
It seems like that here lately. Shane,
Well, I mean,
We ain't got to talk about that. I've kept my tail dry so far. Let's not get into that.
well, I mean, I think we didn't even address that Nick McCormick decided to scatter.
Oh,
To scatter all the intercooler across the south side stands.
Yeah, the welds on the cooler broke.
that thing just grenaded.
It wasn't a turbo explosion like somebody else said it was.
No, it was the intercooler. It was like a perfect cutout of the intercooler. Just went.
Yeah. That's not the first time I've seen that happen at Bowling Green either.
No, because it happened twice on the 50th to the same guy.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, twice.
Jeez.
Yeah. That was no turbo explosion. That was a intercooler deciding to exit the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
As far as it goes, I mean, where's the next pull for everyone?
I got Springfield, Tennessee next weekend, and then
I've got kind of a hiatus. This next week, I have nothing that is within 2.5 hours of my house, but I have other obligations.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot go to Sandwich. I have a wedding to go to during Sandwich week.
that
Dan
wedding,
is
the
still
wedding
going
can
last
wait.
week.
Just go to Sandwich and then tell them to wait to say I do until you get back.
That kind of would not. I would be
I
kind of
don't
on
think
the.
that's how things work.
I would be on the naughty list of my family, and I'm already kind of on that area. So
Yeah, I mean, I still assume your uncle's going to be there.
yeah,
Being third in points.
we'll address that. If everybody can look at my Facebook page and kind of look at what happened at Bowling Green, and 31-year-old welds on the axles decided to go.
Maybe they'll hold up for another 31.
Hey, have you ever heard of a 31-year-old weld survive?
Not on something like that,
On
especially.
performance? I mean, I'm not saying we're the greatest fabricators in the world, but good Lord, man.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
I told you. Added close organs in there.
Jonathan, you asked where the next one for me is. I've got Springfield on my schedule. I might go to Sandwich. It depends on what my brother's going to do.
Okay. I may try and make Springfield. We'll see how.
Buddy, I love you to death, but I kind of need your help at Springfield. There's
I know.
way.
As far
There's
as
no way I can get all that.
As far as Mid-South goes, I mean, after Springfield, you have Collinwood, but then you have my hometown pool, and it would just be a climb if I wasn't there.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make that one or not. Depends on if I have something pop up. I might. Depends on how corn harvest is going, too.
Oh, because you're such a big help.
Yeah. Whenever it comes to going and getting parts and everything for customers, you bet. Sometimes you don't leave till 8 o'clock at night.
Well,
then after that, for sure, I know Lawrenceburg is going to be on my schedule.
Yeah.
And then
that's a 2-nighter, is it not?
Lawrenceburg, no, it's a 2 weekends.
2 weekends.
So
okay.
we're literally running 3 times in Lawrenceburg this year.
Okay.
Because I think I go the 23rd. I think it's Super Farms, Prostock four-wheel drive, and light limited supers. Then the next weekend they have limited pros, diesel trucks, and minis.
Yeah, and then you wrap it up back in my hometown, just a little farther down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm going to try and get to the Fall Nationals in Monroe, Wisconsin for Badger State.
Okay.
If not, my hometown has a cancer benefit pool, which I will try and attend that.
Yeah.
So other than that, I think my polling season is pretty much wrapped up. Yeah. So
once I put my tractor in the shed, my season's still not done. I'm gonna get to be on the mic. It looks like, and I think I just got another date with TNT. If things work out there, that's what that was in that comment from earlier. September the 30th, Temple Hill, Kentucky is having their fall brawl. Bradley Sturgeon and I both will be on the mic. Bradley texted me and said, "Hey, Ricky Heath cannot make it. Would you care to come and join me?" I said, "Absolutely. I would love to do that because I love to announce whenever I'm not driving." And then if we can get something worked out for the pool in Sevierville, Tennessee, I very well may go there because that area of the country in the fall time is probably one of my favorites. And then November, I'm back on the road again to Diesels and Dark Corners. And then after that, it's teardown time probably. Or every other weekend in between is probably going to be teardown.
Yep.
And then, so y'all too, before we go, some direction with this page. We're going to try to do another one, I guess, 2 weeks from today, which will put us on the 10. That's my mother's birthday. I don't know. We'll see. That's the day before my birthday too. Awesome.
We'll see when the next one works out. We could probably try for next weekend too.
Yeah. I mean,
October 7th, the Bewley Invitational. JP, that's the one you and I are going to.
Which one is it?
The one that's in Elizabethtown.
Okay.
That one that's running 2 tracks, and Belle of the Bluegrass is literally bringing everything.
Yep.
So
it's honestly just as far for me as it is you almost.
Yeah, because you get to shoot up right there by Bowling Green. off the interstate, I think. So we'll be there. I mean, y'all, we're gonna still be, me and JP especially down here. We're gonna be out at events and everything. And I'll go ahead and peel back the curtain a little bit. We've got a new logo being designed. The one that we've kind of had on here has kind of been a filler because I mean, the first one that we had, I was ready for something different.
Hopefully here soon we can have us. You know, if you don't recognize us anyway, maybe we can get us.
Yeah.
Get us.
I actually had a couple of people up at Bowling Green come up and be like, "Hey, are you Shane from this? Or are you Shane from that?" That was really cool. We're growing, not just on our Facebook pages, but within the pits of our pools. I think the younger crowds are really enjoying what we're doing. I'll say that.
Yep. Gerball, we did mention that.
Gerball, we know. We talked about it. You were late.
Drag racing was the first topic tonight and not the second topic.
Yeah, we actually changed up the order on y'all just to see how many of y'all jump on here that quick.
But yes, like you said, before we get off, the U.S. Nationals is this weekend, the largest drag race, in my opinion, in the world. Get there, bring everything you got, or just go home.
Yep, exactly. And yeah. I'm trying to think. Is there anything that we left out?
Other than I can't say thank you enough to everyone that has followed along with us thus far. I mean, we are growing in numbers that we never thought were imaginable, this early into all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I got the note. Was that on our last live show? But I mean, we became eligible to get monetized for Reels.
I think so. I think it was after that.
Oh, that's the one I was forgetting. September 15th in my hometown, they're having a farm stock pool. I totally forgot about that one right now off the top of my head. But yeah, I forgot that was happening right now because that's the night before Woodbury.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was the one I forgot. Gerball said, "Damn it, don't yell at the fat guy." Gerball, we're just giving you heck, man. We didn't give you heck. That means we don't like you. But yeah, guys, like Jonathan said, thank you guys so much. I mean, we're growing every single day with this thing, and I'll go ahead and put it out there. I would love to get to about 7,000 or 8,000 by the end of the year, possibly 10 if we can get that far.
We're 4 away from 3,900 right now. So
are we?
Yeah,
we typically gain about 20 after we do our live shows.
We were at 2,300, maybe 23 and some change 2 weeks ago at this time. So
were we really just 2 weeks ago?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's what we decided on.
It's incredible.
It's insane.
Yeah, it is. But y'all, thank you from all three of us. And I mean, even the guys that aren't on here. We've got eyes everywhere, and people send us video. We've got some people who sent us videos from Scheid this weekend. Jesse Roberts was out helping us out this weekend because I wasn't missing my college town pool, but then for it to turn around and get rained out last night. But other than that, thank you guys so much. Make sure to keep liking, sharing, commenting on all of our stuff. It helps us get our stuff out there in the algorithm. Big thanks, to Wyatt's brother Morgan for letting us use his YouTube channel to live stream off of. This is going to be our new setup now on StreamYard. We went back to what we know. It's like our bread and butter.
I like it better.
You plugged in my brother's YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to his YouTube yet, Moose's tractor pulling videos, go and subscribe to it.
Yep.
So,
he's on the hunt. And he puts out some really good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be live on there every time we go on here. So
yeah,
watch some pulling videos while.
Yep. And as the pulling season winds down, y'all, these shows are going to be more frequent. These are going to be more weekly shows instead of just every 2 weeks, because I mean every 2 weeks up till now it's been when we've had time to do it.
Yep.
Like going into it's going to be driver interview time. It's going to be promoter interview time.
Yep.
I mean, we're going to have interviews from all across the board. Wyatt, you've still got to make that phone call. I know I haven't said anything to you about it, but
I've got to pull some strings.
I know you. If we get that though,
if we get it,
if we get that all.
Lucky for us, it's not just tractor pulling that we cover. I mean, we're across the board for a reason.
Y'all saw it from the get-go, from the video that we played. I mean, there was a diesel drag truck on there. send us your stuff wherever you are. We don't care what it is. If it's drag racing, snowmobiles, I mean, preferably no bikes, but I'm not going to say completely no to bikes.
Hey, there's racing and bikes.
I know, but just,
there's motorcycles.
Well,
So
do you want to show them the other video or?
Yep. So y'all, we're going to close it out with that, and we're going to absolutely spam y'all with Pro Socks.
An outro, if you will.
Yep. And this is going to be one heck of a way to go out. So we will see y'all in either next weekend or 2 weeks from now, but we will be going live. So we will see y'all later.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.